Good day everyone, welcome again to another episode of Basic Transfer Pricing Philippines, and I would like to say thank you sa atin pong mga subscribers, no, na dumami na tayo sa Basic Transfer Pricing. Today I will discuss to you the Philippines transfer pricing laws, rules and regulations that are all related to transfer pricing. So what are the transfer pricing law? Basis for international transfer pricing is the Article 9, 7, and 5 of the Model OECD Convention, no? So kasama po na rin dyan yung andyan din yung ating Philippine Tax Treaty Model. So ito yung Article 9 of the OECD Model Tax Convention. Ito yung provision, ito yung sinasabi ng Article 9. Where conditions are made or imposed between the two associated enterprises and their commercial or financial relations, no? So, meron silang financial or commercial relations, business, which differ from those which would be made between independent enterprises na iiba sa ginagawa ng independent enterprises, then any profits which would, no, but for those conditions have accrued to one of the enterprises, no, hindi nag-accrue doon sa enterprise na talagang siya dapat, no, but napunta doon sa ibang enterprise. But by reason of those conditions have not so accrued, may be included in the profits of that enterprise and taxed accordingly. Ito na po yung sinasabi natin sa transfer pricing na adjustment, no? Mag-adjust ka yung income na para dito sa isang entity na doon na i-report sa isang entity, then ibalik mo, i-report dito sa unang entity and then taxed accordingly, no? So babayaran niya yung tax. The internationally agreed consensus by the members of the OECD give rise to the adoption of international principle which treat an associated enterprise or a subsidiary company as separate from the parent for purposes of computing the tax that should be paid by that associated enterprise or subsidiary. Ano yung tawag dyan? Yung separate entity approach, no? So, as a separate entity, taxable entity, dapat hiwalay yung subsidiary company sa parent company for tax purposes. Tax convention provides rules in determining the country in which the taxpayer is a resident, the treatment given to specific types of income, the allowances rates of withholding tax on specific types of cross-border payment, and the manner in which issues of taxation not in accordance with a tax convention are to be resolved. Ito yung mga dispute resolution na, at saka ito yung avoidance ng double taxation, no? Why double taxation is avoided? Because it is detrimental to the economy, no? Mabigat masyado dun sa mga nagbi-business and double taxation, such that because you pay in one country and then you pay in another country, then madidrain na yung written earnings mo, yung kita mo, yung income mo, maubos na because of the payment of taxes, which is, ang effect noon, para mo nang hinahinder, binablock na yung business, no? Hindi na maganda sa economy. Article 7 of the OECD Model Tax Convention on Business Profits, no? Anong sinabi dito sa Article 7? Profits of an enterprise of a contracting state shall be taxable only in that state unless the enterprise carries on business in the other contracting state through a permanent establishment. Ano ba itong permanent establishment? Can be a branch, can be a site, no? So depende. And then it stays for a number of days in the country, no? 183 days or more. No? So considered na siya permanent establishment as if meron na siyang branch sa isang country. So taxable entity na siya. If the enterprise carries on business as aforesaid, the profits that are attributable to the permanent establishment in accordance with the provisions of paragraph 2 may be taxed in that other state. So, taxable na siya entity in that other state kasi meron na siyang tinatawag na permanent establishment or meron na siyang branch in a certain country. So, ibig sabihin, doing business, conducting business na siya in that country. Article 5 of the OECD Model Tax Convention on Permanent Establishment, no? The fact that a company which is a resident of a contracting state controls or is controlled by a company which is a resident of the other contracting state or which carries on business in that other state no? So whether through a permanent establishment or otherwise, shall not of itself constitute either company a permanent establishment of the other, no? So depende rin sa sitwasyon. It can also be na hindi naman siya permanent establishment, no? Okay, so Philippine Tax Treaty Model under Article 9, Associated Enterprises. Nasa tax treaty natin to, no, with other countries. This provides that when conditions are made or imposed between two associated enterprises in their commercial or financial relations, which differ from those which would be made between independent enterprises, then any profits which would, but for those conditions have accrued to one of the enterprises, but by reason of those conditions have not so accrued, no? Hindi niya binigay yung profit doon sa isang entity, instead binigay niya doon sa iba, may be included in the profits of that enterprise and taxed accordingly. So yun po yung very powerful statement of the law, no, under Article 9 sa ating tax treaty with other countries, which is the same words with that of the Article 9 of the OECD Model Tax Convention on Income and Capital. Section 50 of the Philippine Internal Revenue Code or NIRC of 1997 as amended, ito po yung transfer pricing law in the Philippines. Section 50, which is word for word the same with Section 482 of the IRC or the Internal Revenue Code of the United States of America, no? So Section 50, allocation of income and deductions in the case of two or more organizations, trades or businesses, whether or not incorporated and whether or not organized in the Philippines. So pwede siyang foreign corporation. Owned or controlled directly or indirectly by the same interest, the commissioner is authorized to distribute a portion or allocate gross income or deductions between or among such organization, trade, or business, if he determines that such distribution, apportionment, or allocation is necessary in order to prevent evasion of taxes or clearly to reflect the income of any such organization, trade, or business. So, yun po yung Section 50, Transfer Pricing Law in the Philippines, no? Ano naman itong Revenue Regulations 2-2013? Ito naman yung Transfer Pricing Guidelines, no? So the Transfer Pricing Guidelines dated January 23 of 2013 provide guidelines in applying the arm's length principle for cross-border and domestic transactions between associated enterprises or related parties. The regulations are based largely on the guidelines set by the OECD Transfer Pricing Guidelines. So if you try to look at our YouTube channel, the basic Transfer Pricing Philippines, dinidiscuss po natin doon yung latest na OECD Transfer Pricing Guidelines, which is the 2017 guidelines, no? Iniisa-isa natin dyan yung mga provisions ng guidelines na yun so that we can understand better, because that is the basis of our transfer pricing guidelines here in the Philippines. We also have our IMO 72-2010, which is the guidelines on the processing of tax treaty relief application pursuant to existing Philippine tax treaties, no? So ito yung 72-2010. We have our IMO 36-2010. The objective of the memorandum is to establish rules and procedures to address unique issues prevailing among conglomerates. Sino itong conglomerates? Ito yung group of companies, no, na isa lang may-ari or related parties. And to govern the conduct of special investigation and enforcement activities of interrelated companies, conglomerates, their affiliates and subsidiaries for taxable year 2009. RMC 29-2010. So the RMC published the full text of Republic Act number 10021 entitled An Act to Allow the Exchange of Information by the Bureau of Internal Revenue on Tax Matters pursuant to internationally agreed tax standards, amending Section 6F and 270 of the National Internal Revenue Code of 1977 as amended and for other purposes, no? 1997, yung last natin yung sa CTRP, no? Ano tong exchange of information, no? It is very much emphasized by the international communities the importance of the exchange of information between tax authorities, especially on matters of information of the tax liabilities of its citizen, no? Pwede silang magbigay ng information. RMC 26/2008, the subject of this RMC or Revenue Memorandum Circular is interim transfer pricing guidelines informing all internal revenue officials, employees, and others concerned that the BIR is revising the final draft of the revenue regulations on transfer pricing. So any issue that may arise, the BIR as a matter of policy subscribes to the OECD transfer pricing guidelines. RMO 63-99. No? The subject of this RMO is the determination of taxable income on intercompany loans or advances applying Section 50 of the NIRC as amended. No? So, ano tong RMC na to? Especially cater on the intercompany loans. No? Paano mo i-determine yung taxable income? So, intercompany loans to, so ibig sabihin interest. No? Kasi ano ba yung income sa intercompany loans? Interest. Or the cost of money in using money. So, sabi po dito sa RMO 63-99, where a company which is a resident of a contracting state derives profits or income from the other contracting state, that other state may not impose any tax on the dividends paid by the company except insofar as such dividends are paid to a resident of that other state or insofar as the holding in respect of which the dividends are paid is effectively connected with a permanent establishment situated in that other state, nor subject the company's undistributed profits to a tax on the company's undistributed profits, even if the dividends paid or the undistributed profits consist wholly or partly of profits or income arising in such other states. No? So, ito yung mga nasa tax treaties natin, no? That should be resolved pagka may mga transfer pricing disputes. Okay, so I have discussed to you the related laws and transfer pricing here in the Philippines. So with that, I would like to say thank you and good day.